Okay, we're here with something extremely special. For those of you who don't know already, this can be that announcement. Maybe 2 or 3 months ago, we welcomed Brittni into the Kanile'a artist ʻOhana, and she's been playing a beautiful KPA tenor premium for how long has it been? Like 3 months?
Around there, yeah.
Yeah, little over 3 months. And all the while, she was working directly with Joe to design and build a truly one-of-a-kind custom that is currently sitting in my lap, but we get the honor of all of us together watching as Brittni opens and sees it for the very first time. All right. Take it away.
Okay. Oh my god, that's amazing. That is so cool. That's really beautiful. It's so nice. Yeah.
It might need to be tuned.
That's not a problem.
I didn't tune it.
Sounds so good.
Mm-hmm.
This is really, really, really beautiful. I kind of always dreamed of having like a piece of wood that had, it was curly koa, it had sapwood, and it also had spalt. And just so happened, the day that I went there, Joe had a piece of wood that had all three.
Mm-hmm.
And it kind of just like, when he was kind of laying out, the different choices of wood, I felt like that one was like as aesthetically pleasing as it was. I felt like it was speaking to me, and it just for whatever reason, the history of that particular piece of wood and the tree that it came from, it felt like the right piece.
Is it from the fallen?
Yes, it is.
Okay.
Yeah.
Nice.
Yeah, so I feel like, yeah, it's perfect.
Yeah, so Master Grade Koa body, front, back, and sides, black binding, ebony armrest, ebony bevel, purfling on the front and the back, with that sapwood strip down the center, with the spalting in the sap, which extremely rare.
Right.
In all my years here in the company and just being around ukuleles in general, you don't typically see that in koa. And I think it lends to the tree itself.
Right.
You know the story. So the fallen koa tree is a tree from Nani Ekolu, from the property where we are doing our reforestation efforts. And it was an existing koa tree that had fallen once before, and the root turned and regrew. So it basically lived 2 lives. 160 years old was the estimate, and it unfortunately did fall and die during a windstorm. So I was actually there the day that we were able to gather the wood and steward it, as my dad says, into kaniohe, so that we can ultimately cut and dry and begin using. And that was back in early 2021, and now we're beginning to use it. And the neck is honestly, as great as it is, I don't know. I really like the neck. Look at, you don't get a much curlier koa neck, and that's also koa from the fallen koa tree.
Right.
With the ebony center strip.
Yeah. So amazing. Yeah.
And your, what was the inspiration behind the coloring of the rosette and your name as well?
So the coloring, it's actually really funny. So I love cars.
Okay.
And gunmetal is kind of like, one of the colors that car people like. I think next to that would be carbon fiber, of course. But
yeah.
yeah, gunmetal it's just a really cool color. You know, it's like a black but with a bit of chrome in there. And I thought, like, you know, if I could implement something similar onto the ukulele, it would kind of, it might give it a different character. You know,
it goes perfectly.
Look-wise. Yeah,
it goes perfectly with the darkness in the koa, but also the lightness, and then it contrasts and it almost turns the paua into like a gunmetal.
Yeah,
just
it
like
does.
with the color and the refraction, the paua almost looks like a gunmetal paua. It's crazy.
Yeah,
It's cool.
this is so nice.
And
And then for the fretboard, it's the same thing, just a little bit less of the shiny
Sure.
in it,
Sure.
but just subtle enough. And I definitely don't like fret dots.
Okay.
So I love that there's no fret dots.
Who drew that? Was that you or Jen?
Jen did.
Okay,
Yeah.
awesome.
She came up with the font idea.
Sweet. That's a nice font.
Yeah.
Very custom, very Brittni. Nice.
Yeah, it's the whole thing. It's amazing. This is actually my first ukulele with the Koa Neck. Yeah.
Okay.
So I'm really loving the Koa Neck tone.
Yeah, I know you wanted a little bit of weight in your left hand,
Yeah.
so that helps there. But you get the sleekness and the accuracy of the Gotoh stealths.
Right.
Instead of having to go the thick headstock, that was part of the discussion, right? Was thick headstock, but then you don't really get the Gotoh stealth tuners, so it's kind of like that toss-up where you can get the sleekness and the accuracy of the Gotohs with the weight that you like by going Koa with an Ebony center strip. And that center strip, kind of just to point it out, it goes through. It's not like a piece of wood that we kind of just laid into a channel. It's through and through. If we, took the fretboard off, which of course we won't, but you would see the same koa, ebony koa. It's through and through ebony. So that's adding weight, adding stiffness, which in turn adds the resonance and the sustain.
Yeah.
Because every part matters. There's some folks out there who've told me they believe only the body matters, but we firmly believe every wooden component matters, even down to the bridge pins.
Right.
Which is why we use ebony pins in an ebony bridge, so they're the same hardness, meaning they have the same resonant frequency.
Yeah. Yeah. This is amazing. Thank you.
Of course. Thank you. Could you play us your first song on this instrument?
Sure.
It's brand new, so it does need some time to stretch.
Has so much sustain. This is crazy.
Yeah, it's beautiful. It's rich and sweet and accurate and articulate. I do have to ask, I know you play tons of genres on the ukulele, but you always seem to play Hawaiian music when you come in here. Is there a reason for that?
Yeah, I feel like it kind of touches a little bit on the character of the instrument as a whole. It shows the articulation, the intonation, the sustain. It's kind of a little bit of everything.
Okay.
Yeah.
So it's kind of that, the Hawaiian genre is kind of that music that can really show off the instrument?
Yeah.
Cool. Well, yeah, we're so excited to be able to let you shred with this, record, put it out there, shout it to the world. So where you can see Brittni using this Instagram, Facebook, YouTube, and any of your performances. You have your website as well?
Yeah, my website, BrittniPaiva.com.
All right. Make sure you follow Brittni so that you can see her using her brand new Kanile'a custom ukulele.